Welcome on the road to 2500, guys. Whoa, we're playing against another subscriber. Good luck, good luck. Area 51 mate. Very strong opponent. Fun to play a game against him. And by the way, guys, like I said before, if you're up for it, add me at chess.com and we'll make sure to play a game as well. At ChessXplainer, we can play 3-day games. Does it mean you play a move every 3 games? Every 3 days. That's an option. And we can also just play games like we're doing now, right? But that's only possible when I'm recording, of course. And that's not every day, so it's not always possible to find a good time slot. But with many of you guys, I did manage to find a good time slot, which is a lot of fun. So yeah, let's go for it, guys. Let's go for it. I like to go here, this, and this. Okay, he decides to lock in his own bishop. That's allowed. I think I'll go here now. Yeah, let's go here. Okay, he goes there. I think this was the better move to get rid of my strong bishop. He doesn't. Then I will keep it. I will castle also. I like this move because many players like to go here and then I'll just simply drop back right away. Otherwise, I will do it with a rook over here. And now this is not an option either, because I can simply take it. Maybe it's better to take here. Oh no, but then he can take like this. So I kind of have to take here. Well, gives sufficient counterplay as well. But at least something to calculate. He goes there. Okay, but then I simply sidestep. That wasn't my plan anyway. This move I'll simply drop back. This move. I know, maybe here. Could go here as well. Here. So, but after this move, pawn will be hanging, so let's go here. Normally you want to go here with the knight instead of something else, so... Okay, he goes there. I think this is a good move to make. This is also a very common move to put pressure on this pawn. Maybe actually that would have been the preferred move. But okay, let's see. I think I will make that move now. Question is whether I should take, but you could also argue that my knight is simply better than my than the bishop at the moment. Let's go here. And then here and here. That looks good. And then the knight will maybe even go here. So yeah. Well, that's the thing about the Slav exchange variation. Slav defense exchange variation, to be exact. It's, you know, there's odds for both players. Yeah. You know, very symmetrical looking at the pawn structure, and then it's also quite dryish. But I'm up on time and I've played this opening quite a bit in my life, so I feel confident that I should be able to get an advantage here. but I have to prove that, of course. And I need to find a good way for that. But it's not always easy or straightforward, actually. Okay, he actually goes back. That's a good move. Thinking about this maneuver. Sorry, this. But again, I was like, he can also start playing this move then. After which I could also want to play this, but this is a move I would like to play, but then this hangs. So maybe the queen there was not so bad after all. Maybe this is an interesting move. I know it's a move that pops up the computer quite a bit, actually. But what after this? Because if I get this in, I'm quite happy. This. And I need to retreat again. That's not what I want. This an option? No, not really. There's nothing happening there. Also think about this and this. But I know it's often not what the computer wants to see. And I couldn't really figure out how the queen trap works. Maybe actually this is a good move to make. Very counterintuitive, to be honest. But after this move I can take. Feels kind of practical. I can even take there. And if he doesn't do this, I can go here, go back and set up the rooks. But it feels very counterintuitive to place this rook here. But I think it might be a good move, especially because I have pressure here. Okay, he goes for the liquidation. Okay, let's take. Do I play this move first? No, because that doesn't, because then I will lose the bishop, and I don't want to lose the bishop. It's a good move, because he wants to end up here. Let's go back. It's a very good move. Let's go here. Because now he will likely go here. Yeah, and then he will end up here. And get a nice outpost. But the problem is that his queen is now under attack. But yeah, so simply he has to take, and he has two pass pawns and a strong knight, so he will have sure compensation. So I might even consider to take back right away. I need to be very careful in this position, because he might have the upper hand here. So I think it's all about tempos for me, making sure I set up a nice blockade activity. Maybe I can get the bishop back into the game. These kind of key moves are crucial for me. And maybe I can set up a counter attack. Right, there is already this. There's already stuff set up for an attack. If the queen wasn't here, maybe I could have rerouted my knight to the other side of the board. But yeah, for now it's key for him to figure out what the best placement of his pieces is. I think queen a3 is a very good option. Yeah, exactly. I think that was a good move. That's a good move. I was thinking about this move. There's also this move. Maybe. Would like to get my knight over here. That would be the dream. Not so easy, this. Maybe. I think if I get my knight here, then I'm fine. This is a big threat, huh? Not so easy. I think this wins me a key pawn. It's very important. Then my knight will end up here in the end. It's exactly where I want it to be. And I put my bishop here for a reason, so that I still have room here. So some people would put it here, but then you also have back rank issues. Yeah, I think this is now... That's a key pawn that's hanging. And the other pawn might fall as well, because after this move there is this. Then you need to keep on protecting the bishop. Then this pawn falls as well. Then there is a check, but then I'll simply go here. Could even put my queen in between. Yeah, and the rook is protected, right? My pieces are very well coordinated at this point. But this move, I think I'll have this move, simply attacking it. Then it needs to move again. Okay, it goes there. I am still defending here as well, huh? I think now I simply need to go here. Can also go here. But this looks like the best move. But maybe this is better. Not so clear. I was also thinking about this and this. I think this is a good move. It's protected. He can't go here. No, this is game over, guys. This is game over. Should be game over. Should be game over. Yeah, this is a great find. Maybe one of the only key moves that keeps an advantage. Keeps a strong advantage. Yeah, but now I think I can just simply trade everything. Maybe this is easiest. Maybe this is even more. Because there's also this, huh? This. Shouldn't pre-move because after b3, knight b4, you can take. Okay, but this is straightforward. Spawns are gone. Just bring back my pieces into safety, put them on good squares. And then it's just a matter of playing the position out. Let's go here. Okay, should be able to win this any moment. He resigns. And let's check out the game analysis. This was a great game. This is how you want to see the flow on the analysis, and that's also how it felt for me. Very equal game to a long point. a3 maybe not best here. Knight e5, but I think a3 is still within the same margins. This is a key idea in these positions, but not here apparently. e4 is an idea. Why is this so good? Because, well, basically this is hanging. Takes. And you can't take back because of this? No, because of this, and now you... Ah, no, you simply take here. Okay, and if you take like this, then we take knight d5, and then bishop d2. And we're not really worried about this, of course, because the bishop is still under attack. Need to defend it. Okay. And then even here. Wow. Very interesting. Okay. Well, that's a completely different game. Because we were playing a game of making small moves. Rook a1 actually not so bad. That's a good game. And here, yeah, this is simply better for me. And yeah, this was the right move. Getting it. So in these kind of positions, if these pawns start moving and keep connected with the rooks and the queen behind it, they might become very strong. So it's key that you have tempo moves and you bring your piece in front of it and start attacking, blocking the pawns as soon as possible. So here, nice blockading move, and in the end also just simply winning a pawn, and after that pawn the rest falls. I think rook f1 would be about equally good. Yeah, didn't really matter. And this, I think, key move, bishop d6, like I said, much significantly better than all other moves in the position. And yeah, I also could have taken with the bishop first, of course, but then there's an option if I take with the queen. You can't really move aside because then also the rook is hanging. So I forced the trade, pick up the pawn, and yeah, this is just easily winning. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, see you tomorrow. Bye bye.